Hi guys, thanks again for joining us on the Kim and Mike page. We have another treat. I say that every time because honestly, it is such a treat. I love meeting people who own their own online franchise, but especially because it is worldwide and we get to meet people from all over the world. So that's really exciting. I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself, but here is Paulo.
Hi everyone. Thank you guys for having me on here. So my name is Paulo. I am originally from Calgary. Was born, well, not born there, born in the Philippines. Moved to Calgary when I was a baby, so Calgary's been my home. But now I live in Vancouver. Been living in Vancouver the past 10 years. But right now I'm located in Mexico, in Puerto Vallarta. Right now I'm here for a few months. Working remotely and yeah, living that digital nomad life, which I am still new to doing, but it's been awesome. It's been great. So
Nice. Yeah, I think as soon as you said you're in Mexico right now, everyone's like, oh.
yeah,
We all want to be there. So we're
yeah,
that's what you can achieve, right? And that's what I love about this. It's definitely doable. You're living proof.
it is. Yes. No, exactly. I mean, as long as there's Wi-Fi connection, you can honestly work anywhere. I mean, I mentioned earlier before, like I wish I could have been in Spain instead. But I mean, last year I was thinking about even being in Bali. Sorry, earlier this year I was thinking about doing Bali, but then the whole everything that happened in January, February, just made me come here instead. Just because it's a lot easier to fly down to Mexico.
Yeah.
Bali's awesome. I don't know,
Yeah.
if you've been, but I've been in Bali.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've both been. It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
And yeah, this
yeah,
having a digital nomad life, it opens doors to anywhere in the world. So that's, yeah.
it
awesome.
does. Yeah, yeah,
I want to get to know you on a personal level before we ask you some business questions. What's a
yeah.
favorite meal that you have?
Meal that so you know what, I can't, you know what, if there was only food that was left, it'd be pizza, because pizza is, you
Man.
can make all different types of pizzas and stuff, so I like the variety. And I know it's funny because people are like, oh, you look so healthy, like what's your diet? I'm like, I can do all you can eat diet, that's all I can do. So
That's awesome. Yeah. Are you like a
yeah.
deep dish though? Or are you like a thin crust? What kind of pizza is like your go-to pizza?
You know what? It would have been Pizza Hut back in the day when they had their like their oven crust pizza. But now I heard Pizza Hut got rid of that, so Domino's actually does a better, sort of similar thing. So yeah,
I love asking these questions because sometimes, like you mentioned, if people look at you, you wouldn't think something new about them or would assume something. But I love getting to know people on another level. So that's why we like asking kind
yeah.
of personal question to start off with. But now
No, that's awesome.
the business stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Paulo, what did you do before, or what are you doing since you started this online franchise?
So before I was actually, my background career is in nursing. So I've been a registered nurse for the past 17 years. And then like I graduated from University of Calgary, did my schooling there, worked at Foothills Hospital, and then moved out to Vancouver, worked at Vancouver General. Then I moved out to England for a year and worked at a hospital out there, a US hospital. It didn't really work out. And then so I ended up moving back to Calgary and got a job at Tom Baker Cancer Center, where I was working as an oncology clinical trials nurse. So I did a couple years there and then moved to Vancouver again. And I worked as a oncology clinical trials nurse at BC Cancer. So I worked there for quite a while, and then I burnt out and then quit there, and then worked for a pharmaceutical company for 2 years. Got burnt out there, went back to BC Cancer and worked there on a temporary role, and then went casual as of this year. So I just pick up shifts whenever they need me. So that's why I have a lot more flexibility with being able to travel. And I mean, they keep trying to offer me like full-time positions, but you know, when you already have that taste or that experience of having that ability to just pick up and just go anywhere, I was like, no, I can't do it anymore. I'd rather just stay casual. So
Yeah. Exactly.
but yeah, so yeah, I've only been so I haven't gone back to a full-time role as a nurse. I think I'll just stay casual, and my goal is to retire from nursing pretty soon, the next maybe 1 or 2 years. I think I've done my time. I've gone back a couple times and I burnt out. And once you've experienced burnout, it's the worst feeling ever. And I told myself I don't want to go back to that feeling again, because it did leave me, like, I ended up developing a neuromuscular disorder from, I believe just all the stress from working and all the overtime working, all the stress of patients, problems, and just building up inside. And so yeah, I want to live a more healthier life, besides the food, but live a more healthier life of from work, is being able to control the stress. Because as a nurse, it's a very stressful job, because you're just giving and giving and giving, and there's no really time for you to look after yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, don't mind our 3-year-old. Like,
Oh no, that's okay.
we work from home, so this is real, guys.
Yeah.
We're not staging anything.
Yeah.
Daddy will help you upstairs. So
Yeah.
our next question, and what you just mentioned, like, I can't believe the experience, the things that you have gone through. That's very impressive. Your overall timeline that you gave us as well. Most people say, "Oh yeah, I was a nurse and that's it," but you pretty much know exactly what you want in life. So kudos to you. That's amazing. And the fact that you can
Yeah.
this tool of an online franchise to change your lifestyle, because you actually were able to assess the fact that it was affecting you, and to have a tool to get out of that. A lot of people don't have that, so that's amazing.
Yeah. At that point when I knew something needed to change, it's scary, because there are opportunities out there, it's just that people need to look for it. And I was fortunate enough, like you guys as well, that we came across a system, and I know the guys that started this all, like, I knew them before, and so I already had that trust factor built. And when I saw them creating success, like every couple of months, I was seeing like the successes that was happening. I was like, I want in, because I'm like, I don't know how much longer I can live paycheck to paycheck with living in Vancouver with like high cost of living. And then I wanted to provide support for my mother as well, because she just separated from my dad. And so we sold our family home, and she had to like downgrade, and she's retired already, but her pension isn't enough for her to live comfortably, like, and I want to be able to take her on trips and so on. And I had been able to do that for her last year. I was able to take her on trips. And so it's been nice to be able to give back. And for me, it's not really about the money. The money is great, but being able to give back to your friends and family and take them on trips is, like, for me, it's worth it. Like, I love being able to create those experiences, because it's something that we'll always remember forever.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah. And that's one of our questions we were going to ask you, but you answered that beautifully. On our page,
yeah.
we like to focus on how to give back to the community, because we're not all about flashy showing off finances. It's also being able to help others discover and empower them and inspire them. So that, in a sense, is giving back, but also even just through service, random acts of kindness. So I love that you brought that up, giving back to your parents. I think everyone on this earth should always give back to their parents, because they owe everything to them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, what are some other things that maybe come to the top of your head that you're able to give back just because you were able to use your online franchise?
I don't see it right now, but being able to plant this seed to friends and family, to see that me being as a nurse, I was still able to, when I was working full time as a nurse, I was still able to do my business on the side and still be able to manage it in a way that, as my business grew, I was able to step away from my nursing job and focus on the business. And so I want people to see me as an example that anything is possible, that there is something better outside of the 9 to 5 job where you're working for somebody else, and you're getting told this is how much vacation hours that you get, and this is how much you can only get paid, and this is how much you'll only get paid. You will not get a bonus because you didn't meet X, Y, and Z, and yet you worked pardon my language, but you work your ass off, and you still don't get the pay that you deserve. And so having your own business, being your own boss allows you to create more of a financial freedom, because, you know, as you guys know, the harder you work, the harder you put in the business, the more you're going to get out of it. And that's what I love, that there's no cap. I mean, as I mentioned before, because you know, when I was working in different centers and hospitals, my seniority level for vacation always dropped down. I always reset it back to 2 weeks. And so even when I worked at BC Cancer, the max vacation I was able to get was 15 days. And for someone who has 17 plus years, I should already be getting like 9 weeks vacation. But because of that, it's just, because I have no control over it, I'm always back down to like 2.5, 3 weeks of vacation, which sucks because, you know, I have more senior knowledge, but yet I can't get that vacation. And 3 weeks vacation out of a whole entire year is not enough for me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So evident that, especially this past year, that everyone's at the mercy of their employer, right? When it comes to their
yeah,
time, when it comes to the vacation time that they want. And I love what you said. People need to know that there's another option out there. They don't need to be at the
yeah,
mercy of the employer. Yes, you can do this on the side while you're still working for
yeah,
someone else. The more work you put in,
yeah,
the more you're going to see that it gives back. And so, yeah, I love that you brought
yeah,
that up, for sure.
yeah.
What are some of the personal goals and achievements you've seen in your own life since you've watched that workshop?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of them now is like, well, one of them is evident. Like, I'm being able to work remotely in a different country for a few months, which I wouldn't have been able to do, or I never would have thought of being able to do a couple years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then the other one was um, like, I was able to, what I make as a nurse in 2 months, I was able to make in 1 month with my sales and my business. And from that point, that showed me the how much opportunity there is in the online space, and just being able to tap that, and for people to, if they can use a phone and text and put stuff on social media on a personal level, if they can just flip that and turn it from a business mindset, they can totally make money out of that. And so it's been nice to be able to leverage that and learn how to uh, create a business out of using social media. I just never thought that was an option. And the knowledge that we learned within our training site, the ability to advertise in all the different social media platforms, is something that we can use within this business, but also outside of this business. I mean, I can start another business later on and already have the tools to be able to use how to advertise and use social media for that business. Because our training, I find, is so extensive, that it is, for the price too that we pay for it, is much cheaper than what you would pay for if you went to school for this.
Yeah. Yeah. Having
So
people who've actually looked around and looked at other online setups and business and training, this is a fraction, like not even a fraction of the price. And it's just,
yeah,
so
yeah,
definitely get absolutely exponentially what your money's worth. So yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, you've pretty much answered all our questions, and you have just a knowledge of experience, and I don't know, I love this interview. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem, you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we definitely look forward to meeting up
Yeah,
one day, hopefully in Mexico,
Yeah,
or
at your
maybe in
house.
I
Spain,
know.
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, thanks again, Paulo, so much, and get some sun for us, please.
Yeah.
And
You can, as
Oh,
you can tell, we
I
need it.
will.
yes, we're so pale.
Yeah, yeah. I will for sure.
That's pretty much it for our interview. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and keep on
Okay.
checking into our page so you can also get to know real people who have taken that leap to watch the online workshop, and it has literally changed their lives. So thanks again, Paulo, and we'll catch you
Okay.
later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.